Good day, and welcome to Channel Pho's Joe with Pho. We are all happy to see you, especially our repeat viewers, or should I say our community friends. Thank you for popping back in for another adventure. Remember, we are building our own little community here, so please feel free to invite others to join us. We are all looking forward to meeting them. As you can see, today's cup of joe is my usual dark roast, served up black. Here's wishing everyone a successful and wonderful day. If you are listening to this video as your bedtime story to go to sleep by, then I wish you a peaceful night full of happy dreams, as we all now look to see what's up in the world of Pho. So, sit back, relax, get comfy, and enjoy today's adventure. In 3, 2, 1. Today's little adventure is What Happened to Pho. If you have seen our earlier videos, then you know that it was intended to have a new video posted once every 2 weeks. Well, as you can see by looking at our Channel Pho's YouTube page, it's been a while since our last posting. So, what happened to Pho? Why did the channel go silent? Well, after posting our last video, I took Deanne for a little trip to a park located where I grew up. At the park, Deanne and I met up with a nice couple, and we settled down at one of the park's picnic tables to have a talk. Well, all was very nice and good, and Deanne enjoyed her walk and explored the place that she had never visited before. We headed home, and everybody was fine. Later, however, my right calf began to swell up. There was a little tender spot in the back of the calf, just a little bit off to the left and below the knee. This was odd. Did I pull something while walking around with Deanne? I paid it no mind, and off to bed we went. The next morning, the swelling was worse. The tender spot from yesterday was a bit more sensitive, and the knee now was beginning to swell. What could it all mean? Possible scenarios. A bug bite while sitting at the picnic table when visiting the park. An injury, such as a muscle pulled, caused when walking about with Deanne. Or possibly a blood clot, somewhere within the tender spot on the back left of the calf, just below the knee. Well, I ruled out the possibility of a blood clot. So we were left with either a bug bite or an injury. Either way, it would be complete bed rest and elevation of the right leg while keeping an eye on things to see if a trip to the emergency room was needed. For the first week, the right leg was so swollen that I could not move it. I literally had to move the leg with my hands. It was nothing more than pure dead weight. Walking, or rather attempting to limp, was rather troublesome and painful. The second week, the swelling started to subside, but very slowly. I could only still limp around and could not flex the knee or the calf muscle fully due to the swelling and the pain. Basically, I could only limp about on my right foot's tippy toes. Well, by the third week, I could begin to walk more normally, but with limited duration and intensity, as I could feel a dull sensation in the knee and the calf if I tried to push it. The swelling was definitely down, but more than a little bit still remained. The knee joint also felt loose, more likely due to the swelling stretching out the ligaments and the tendons of the knee. So, walking with care to avoid a twisted knee was the norm from this point in time. The fourth week had me walking and moving about. However, there still was some fluid in the knee, even though it looked like there was no swelling. I learned this when needing to get down on my knees to do something and then lifting 40 pounds of weight while placing an air conditioner in the window for the summer. Both times, I could feel a sore spot in the left side of the knee. I'm still favoring the right knee. I figured it'll take some time for the body to fully absorb the fluid that became trapped in the knee. Deanne and I are now back to our usual morning trips to the local park for our walks, and intensity and duration is in fact increasing over time. Soon, we should be back to our normal level of activity. You may be wondering, if I was confined to bed, then why not create videos while I'm there? Well, in the beginning, the leg with its swelling and pain really didn't allow me to concentrate on creativity. Instead, all I can do was binge watch B-rated movies on YouTube. That kept my mind distracted, so I wasn't constantly thinking about the pain and the discomfort. Later, when I could actually focus mentally on creating video content, Microsoft beeped me over. There was a Windows update that installed the newest version of Windows on my computer. The so-called new and improved Windows with its AI just wiped out all the functionality of the systems and apps that I was using to create the content for YouTube. This all led to the need to fully reset my computer back to its original factory settings, and then reinstalling all the software and the apps. Needless to say, Microsoft's Windows Update is now completely deactivated. The one good thing that did come out of all this is I did create that VBA program that I mentioned in an earlier video. So now, some of the tedious post-production endeavors is done automatically through a micro. And I spent some time learning about creating content and hope you not only notice, but also like the changes that have been made. Well now, Deanne and I are off to create our next video, hoping to have it ready to post in 2 weeks. In the meantime, be safe, be fearless, live well, and remember, there are no bad decisions, only misinformed ones.